Good morning and welcome back to day 4 of this Morning Manna series. This week we have been talking about the disciples and how they must have always been asking Jesus questions like, but Jesus, what about this? What about that? And today is absolutely no different. Because here in Matthew chapter 10, Jesus is about to go send out the 12 disciples to go and do ministry. And now this is written kind of like Jesus is giving these instructions all at once, almost like a big monologue. But when I think about it, it's not out of the realm of possibility for the disciples to have stopped him in the middle to maybe ask little clarifying questions in the midst of it. So here in my imagination, I found a passage that I would have most certainly been asking Jesus to stop and explain a few times. So let's look here in Matthew 10:17 through 20. But be on guard against people, for they will hand you over to the courts and flog you in their synagogues. And you will even be brought before governors and kings on my account as a testimony to them and to the Gentiles. But when they hand you over, do not worry about what you are to say, for what you are to say it will be given to you in that hour. For it is not you who are speaking, but it is the Spirit of your Father who is speaking in you. Now look, if I am one of the disciples listening to these instructions, I'm going to stop Jesus and say, now hold on, can you back up a little bit? They're going to do what to me? Did you say the word flog? They're going to flog me? Also, how am I going to know what to say? Again, I'm starting to get a little bit fuzzy. Can you re-explain this? I sure hope that if you're listening to this right now, you're not in a situation where you're going to be at risk of being flogged. But the truth is that as Christians, we're constantly being put to the test. If you're even remotely open about being a follower of Jesus, then your actions will be watched. The way you respond to situations, the way you talk, and even what you do in your free time will be put under some level of scrutiny. So in your lives, this is what we can learn from what Jesus is saying. When you're being put to the test, you need to rely on the Holy Spirit to guide your actions. If you are following His lead, then when the moment comes and you are put in this spot, you can trust that God will speak through you. Likewise, I do want to tack a little extra lesson on here as well. Sometimes we don't talk about our faith because we're scared and feel like we're going to say the wrong thing or misrepresent God. But God has commanded us to go and spread His gospel. So therefore, as you obey this command, His Spirit will empower you to continue the mission that He set you forth on. Don't worry about what you're going to say. Just rely on the Holy Spirit and trust that He is going to be the one who directs your speech. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.